finding the fourth chair to fill tonight. So let's do it right now. Please welcome political and social commentator, CEO of the Prestwood Group, straight out of Ward 8, Troy Prestwood, joining us here on the show tonight. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Dressed in the nines.
Hey. Oh, thank you, guys.
Troy Prestwood is part of Ward 8 Democrats, but he's also been a longtime friend of our show, The Final Five, and like it or not, as a native Washingtonian, this announcement comes down today. Give me your reaction.
I am super happy. I use the term on my socials. I said "sized." And I'll let you, I know you've been here for 10 years, I'll let you use that term, sized.
Okay, right.
That's a local term.
I can use that now?
You can use it.
Okay.
You've been here 10 years. But the thing is, I think what your viewers need to understand is that those of us who are natives, who've been here, who've been with this team, who have stuck by this team through good and bad, who remember the old days. I grew up not too far from here on Benning Road. And I remember back in the day, we could walk from Benning Road to this location. If we had tickets, cool, we can get in.
Yeah.
But if not, you could just hang out here where we are right now and still feel the energy of this stadium. So I'm peacock proud. No, that's another network. But I'm peacock proud of the fact that the mayor and Josh Harris has announced that the Commanders are coming home.
Okay, so Axios reporting a political-themed bar is set to open next Friday on U Street. It's called Political Patties, and it's taking place of the Dirty Goose. Troy, a place where people drink alcohol and are encouraged to discuss politics. What could possibly go wrong?
Well, sign me up.
Okay.
Let me just say that. First of all, as the Politico on this panel,
correct,
I love this idea. I think the owners are onto something because we used to have bipartisan spaces in this town.
Mm-hmm.
And I think what's happened is that we've gotten so divided. Our politics are just really nasty right now. So the fact that you have this owner who's saying, hey, let's bring everybody together. Yes, the alcohol may be a little scary, but bringing everyone together, and hopefully hashing out some ideas and seeing how we have much more in common than we don't. I like this idea. I'll be there.
Well, we are.
Yeah, you'll find me there.
Idea.
I'll go at least once.
As
long as they have good beer. Listen, if you have good beer, I'll stop through.
Yeah.
Beer and tequila.
Okay.
And tequila.
That's right. He knows what he's a guy who knows what he wants. Exactly.
Greetings, Ward 8 family. I'm Troy Donte Prestwood. Do us a favor. Click like and share this video on all your social platforms. Let's make sure everyone in the Ward 8 family knows it's election season yet again in our ward, and there's a lot at stake. I have some quick reminders that voting is already underway, and you have several ways to cast your ballot. First, mail-in ballots can be returned at any of the designated drop box locations throughout our ward. For all the details, including where to vote, a sample ballot, candidate information, and more, visit our special election website. Remember, your vote is your voice, and it shapes the future of our ward. Don't sit this one out.
We begin with sex scenes in movies. Hollywood seems to be moving away from them. A new study shows between the years of 2000 and 2023, the number of movies that included a sex scene dropped by 40%.
Well, as someone who grew up on Cinemax,
Cinemax.
I can tell you that, so I agree with you, Kenneth. I think, people today are just like, listen, we don't want to see all of that steamy, racy stuff on the big screen because you have a big screen at home now, or a little screen, and so you can watch it all in your house without having to be next door or next to someone who you don't know, eating popcorn, watching something up on a big screen. But Hollywood is going to Hollywood.
Where are we getting this video from, by the way?
Okay, wow. That's definitely Cinemax. I've seen that on Cinemax before.
Who's looking up the stock footage for this stuff? They've got a really fun job.
Yeah, that's some raw stuff.
There's
right
this creeper guy who.
New data shows the number of 16-year-olds and 18-year-olds with driver's licenses are down about 20% since the 1980s. So, Troy, what do you think about when younger people say, hey, we're not going to drive here?
Hey, I remember when I was 16, I couldn't wait to get my driver's license. Shout out to my cousin Tammy. She let me drive her white Geo Metro over at the old Brentwood site in D.C. to get my license. Listen, I think this is something that's happening right now because we see high prices with housing, with food. We just talked about eggs, and with other necessities. And so I think young people are saying, hey, why do I need this extra expense if I could Uber, if I could use a scooter, a bike, walk, Metro. I did say Metro. Metro. So, I get it. For me, though, I love to drive, but I know that others, it's changing for them.
We
We often hear about Rock Creek Park being this great place to hang out, but did you know Anacostia Park has a skating rink?
That's just part of the many inexpensive things to do in the park named after the river that runs by it. There are play areas, tons of open space for gatherings, a recreation center and pool, which are both free for DC residents, and the Anacostia Riverwalk Trail that stretches north all the way to Bladensburg.
Another inexpensive thing you can do right here in DC is ride the circulator, and you can do it for absolutely free.
That's right. You can ride from Congress Heights to Union Station or Eastern Market to the Wharf for absolutely free. See all the sights, the neighborhoods, and the beautiful people right outside the big wide windows. And if you're into streetcars, well, you can ride the Benning Road 8th Street corridor for free as well.
So if hiking trails or taking a bus isn't your thing, maybe you want to take in a game.
Did you know you can get cheap single-day sports tickets at low prices? Even families can get a good deal. The key is either going to their website or buying on the same day as the game, since that's usually when they release extra tickets.
For more ideas on ways you can save money here in DC, I'm going to toss it to my friend Jackie for some of his favorite things.
You believe Kamala Harris is up to the job if called upon?
Absolutely. Once again, Howard University is coming to save the day. That's my Bison sister.
Yeah.
And, she's vice president for a reason. She's been a great teammate to Joe Biden. They together have been a pretty superior team. And so if by chance, and it's a big if, Joe Biden were to step aside, the heir apparent would be Kamala Harris.
Troy Prestwood joining us back on the show tonight here in studio. And yes, the aforementioned Sarah Fraser on Zoom tonight.
I was going to say, who's this new hottie? Excuse me, they didn't tell me about you. Excuse me. Okay, keep going about yourself, honey.
HR, I think we need to report something here.
Hey, Sarah, I'm a big fan.
Well, right back at you. You look great. Oh, my God. I love the outfit. You look terrific. Okay, I'll stop because,
it's all about spring. Oh, there we go. It's all about spring. Spring's first full day of spring here in D.C.
Troy, careful with the platitudes.
You look very nice.
I'm just excited because it looks like maybe I'll get a break from Sarah tonight. Or will I?
She's not going to test Troy like she tests you, I'll tell you that much.
That's a good point. All right, we got a lot to get to, so let's fire it up. Things for Troy, autocorrect, more trouble than it's worth?
Yeah, so I've experienced some glitches from the autocorrect as well. And the thing is, I recently wrote my name. My whole name is Troy Donte Prestwood, for those of you who don't know. I wrote Troy Donte, and it autocorrect to Troy Don't. And so I'm like, well, Troy Don't what? Come on, Siri, is there something happening? Tell me so I know. But it said Troy Don't. And so clearly there's a problem with autocorrect. What I would like for Tim Apple, Tim Apple. What I would like for Tim Apple to do is to come up with something that will stop me from texting the wrong person when I have multiple text messages going on at the same time. That's what I need.
I still think it's too early to really pay attention to the polls. Polls are important as political junkies. We look at polls all the time.
And they're always right.
Right. Exactly.
Just ask President Hillary Clinton.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And so I think, honestly, as we get closer to the November 5th election, we should start looking at those polls. People will start to pay attention and the differences between the two candidates. I think we have short memories in this country about what we went through, 4 years ago. And, the COVID deaths, the craziness that surrounded that. We need to understand that 3.5 years ago, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris came in and they rescued us from, certain doom in a sense. So
let's now head over to our political analyst. Joining us now is Troy Prestwood. He's a political consultant and also a commentator. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
And Troy, what's your reaction to Troy not participating?
Yeah, I totally agree. I think anytime you're given a chance to talk to voters, you should take it. I don't know if he didn't think that this was his territory or if it was going to be a friendly conversation. But at the end of the day, when you are given a chance to talk directly to voters, which he was given by this network, he should have taken it. So missed opportunity for sure. Maybe there's still time, I don't know, but he certainly missed up. He missed his opportunity on this one, and that's a red flag for that campaign.
I want to switch gears completely here. Two stories one thing that caught my eye. Politico's out with a story that says President Biden is getting kid glove treatment from late night comics who are airing on other channels at this present moment out there.
Well, you're the only Jimmy I watch.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, I just want to keep it real.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. I think when you look at Joe Biden, what's the thing about him? He's old. He stumbles. He's a gaffe machine. Okay. Yeah. There you go. However, if you look at who is on the other side, you have someone who has been twice impeached. You have someone who is, basically the shoo-in for the Republican primary, the Republican nominee. And he's in court right now. I think, honestly, the jokes write themselves. So that's why you see more of a focus, I think, on the absurdity of what's happening with the former president than the current president. What is he? He's a gaffe machine. Okay, who doesn't make gaffes? But even who doesn't trip up some stairs every now and then? I tripped up the stairs coming up here to Fox 5.
Yeah. So I think we should start with, the fact that this is a big deal for the president, right? He campaigned on this. He can legitimately check this off as a win in terms of saying, I'm going to reduce student loan debt or cancel some student loan debt, and he certainly has done that. Now, question is it enough? I don't think it is. It's a great start. It's a great down payment. But let's be real here. There are a lot of people who are still going to struggle with the yoke of student loan debt in this country, especially Black and brown borrowers. I'm one of those borrowers who had to take out loans and still paying on student loans, probably will be paying on student loans till I die.
The intelligence community all agree that Russia tampered with the 2016 election and used information warfare to sow further division and mistrust among Americans. It's likely that they will interfere with the 2020 election as well. So as a candidate, how will you ensure your campaign will not be infiltrated by Russia? And secondly, as president, how will you eliminate this threat once and for all to restore confidence to our electoral process?
Thank you very much for that question. Unlike Donald Trump, I have no doubt that what you said is true.